Thousands of Slovaks hit the streets last Friday, and honestly, they're totally right to be mad. Prime Minister Robert Fico's increasingly dangerous pro-Russian policies has gone way past sketchy. Fico's recent meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, coupled with his threats to cut aid to Ukrainian refugees, represents a clear betrayal of Slovakian independence and European values. He's literally flirting with Putin, and it's not cute. The Slovak people are right to reject this course. And it's time for Fico to understand that Slovakian sovereignty must come first, not Putin's geopolitical ambitions. Slovakia should be for Slovak, not for foreign powers trying to pull the strings. Putin's Russia is all about imposing its will on other nations. Fico's pro-Moscow stance is a direct challenge to Slovakia's autonomy, and the people are rightly resisting it. The idea that Slovakia should succumb to Putin's Russia is anathema to the very notion of a nation state defined by its own people and traditions. Slovakia's future must be shaped by Slovaks, not dictated by Moscow. Fico's flirtation with Putin and his willingness to compromise Slovakia's independence is a stark violation of the principles of traditionalism. This is about safeguarding the values that make Slovakia unique and ensuring that its citizens remain the ultimate arbiters of their own destiny. Slovakia's reliance on Russian energy is not only a violation of economic principles, but a dangerous entanglement with a state-controlled economy that stifles innovation and freedom. Rather than seeking alignment with Russia, Slovakia should pursue energy independence and diversify its sources, embracing the free market solutions that have propelled Europe's success. The Slovak government must ensure that its economic decisions reflect the principles of liberty and prosperity, not submission to foreign powers. Moreover, Fico's threats to cut aid to Ukrainian refugees in retaliation for Ukraine's refusal to renew a gas deal with Russia are deeply troubling. This is a gross violation of the social contract, which binds citizens to their government in a reciprocal relationship of trust and mutual benefit. By putting the interests of Russia above the welfare of Slovak citizens, Fico is undermining the very contract that ensures the state serves the people. The Slovak people deserve better than a government that sacrifices their well-being for geopolitical maneuvering. Fico's pro-Russia stance is not just a political miscalculation, it is a step backward. National strength, self-preservation, and the ability to adapt in an ever-changing world, aligning with a declining and authoritarian power like Russia, weakens Slovakia's position in the global order. It places the country in a precarious position, dependent on a regime that prioritizes its own interests at the expense of its neighbors. Slovakia must assert its independence and strive for economic and political self-sufficiency, rejecting the weak and submissive path that Fico advocates. Integralism also plays a crucial role in understanding this issue. Slovakia's future must be grounded in its own moral and cultural values, not in the political and ideological agenda of a foreign power. The European identity that Slovakia shares with its neighbors is based on principles of liberty, justice, and national sovereignty. These values should guide Slovakia's future, not Putin's imperial ambitions. A government should serve the people's interests rather than foreign autocrats. This protest isn't just about Fico's bad policies. It's about taking a stand for Slovakia's future, for its identity, and for its independence. Fico's pro-Russian approach is a betrayal, and it's time for him to understand that the Slovak people are not going to let their country be dragged into the orbit of a dictatorship. Slovakia's future should be in the hands of its people, not Putin. And as the protesters so clearly put it, we are Europe, and Fico needs to remember that. The ongoing war in Ukraine has become a defining struggle for national sovereignty and cultural identity, with Russia's expansionist ambitions threatening the very essence of independent nations. President Zelensky's call for Donald Trump to play a key role in ending the conflict is a reflection of Ukraine's resistance to authoritarian control, advocating for the values of individual liberty and national autonomy. This is not just a territorial dispute, it's about defending Europe's traditional values and resisting Russia's desire to dominate and impose its model of state-controlled society. Zelensky's push for NATO membership represents Ukraine's determination to secure its future, free from the grasp of a tyrannical regime. As this war unfolds, it serves as a stark reminder of the vital importance of defending national identity, self-determination, and the foundational principles of traditionalism and libertarianism in a world increasingly threatened by authoritarianism.